All right, let's talk about the second component of credit, your utilization ratio. As a certified credit counselor, I meet people all over the country. And there are times people come to me for help, and I try to do the best that I can do. Many times, though, I'll get people that have less than favorable credit, but they don't have any negative information on their credit report. Well, the type of service I offer, you kind of need that. But then when I look at their credit cards, I see they're all maxed out, and I go, oh, okay. What's keeping you your utilization ratio? Because this is the second biggest piece of the pie. It is 30% of your score. And most time people don't understand that it's really the balance of your credit cards based upon how much is owed. Well, see, FICO uses that information because if you already have existing credit, what FICO wants to know is, well, how are you using your credit? FICO views borrowers who habitually max out credit cards as people who cannot handle debt responsibly. A borrower should maintain low credit card balances. This is very important. Remember, they're judging you off credit that you was once granted. So how are you handling it? Now we understand there are different situations that happen where sometimes people must live off their credit cards. We understand that. But generally what we're saying is that the second biggest piece of the pie is your utilization ratio. And you should really know how that's calculated. And so really, you can use the formula because it's the amount that's owed on your credit card, divide that by the limit, and then multiply it by 100. So let's kind of give a little real world situation. Let's say you have a card limit of $2,500. You owe $675. But once you go through the formula, your ratio is 27%. Okay, that's not bad because we always want you at least at 30%. In this situation, it's under 30%. Now, how can this help you? Well, you can look at all of your credit cards and you can use this formula and calculate them and to make it very simple. For all the cards that you currently have that are over 30%, you now have to put together a plan to see how you can buy them down. Okay, now that's of course providing that they're not late because remember, the number one biggest slice of the pie is if you're paying your bills on time. But let's just say in this situation, you're paying all your credit cards on time, but what's probably happening is you're paying the minimum. Now, if you're paying the minimum, you're getting charged that interest, and that interest is probably what's bringing you over those thresholds. So what you really want to do is pay attention to that. Because even though your debt to income ratio is not connected with your credit, it can be connected to lenders. In other words, if you're trying to get a loan either on a car or on a home or whatever, they're going to be looking at that. And if they're looking at what your utilization ratio is, now they're going to start calculating your debt to income ratio. And once you start getting over that 43%, 45% DTI threshold, that puts you in a bad space. So for the people who I had who wanted to work with me, but they were maxed out on their credit card, basically we had to work out a plan for them so they can actually start paying their cards down. This is very important for you to understand this because most of the time you may be in a pretty good space, just didn't realize that how much on your credit cards was affecting you. So always remember that 30% of your score is based upon your utilization ratio.